Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Amy. Today I'll be doing another ship with me video. I have some really exciting sales to share with you from over the weekend. Today is Monday, September 30th, and I really had an outstanding weekend. I'll share my Poshmark sales first, and then I had a couple of Chairish sales, and one of the Chairish sales you are not going to believe. I'm so excited. Okay, so the first item that sold is this really pretty blue iridescent stone ring. I can't remember if this is Mystic Blue Topaz or just a synthetic stone, but it's set in sterling silver. Really a beautiful, let's see, can you see that? Really a beautiful piece. This ended up selling for $43. I got this from that estate sale that I spent $890 at. I'm almost tired of talking about that sale. I'm not sure if you guys are or not, but I paid $3 per piece of jewelry at that sale. I'm going to add a little bit more bubble wrap to this so that it doesn't move around in the box. I think that there was discounted shipping on this as well. So after posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $31.40. So for the rest of the video, I'll just say my profit, you can assume that I am deducting my cost of goods, website fees, and any shipping discounts. I have noticed that I repeat myself quite a bit in these videos, and so I'm trying to minimize that when I think of it. It's a habit though, so I may still say it anyways. Okay, the next item that sold is this really pretty vintage Bakelite fur clip, and it is carved, really a cool piece. Could also be a sweater clip. A pretty good size piece. This ended up selling for $25. I had hoped for more because it is Bakelite, but not all Bakelite pieces are created equal. Some of them are very, very desirable and you can get really great prices for them, and other ones are not. I did look up comps on this when I listed it. So this may have, I did take an offer. This may have sold a little bit below comps, but it had been listed for a while, and it is the September of sales. So I am still accepting reasonable offers to move things out. So that made I paid about $2 for this. So that made my profit $18. That is a nice little profit. I'm not going to complain about that. The next item that sold is this really, really cute little vintage brooch, and it is shaped like a squirrel. He's holding a little pearl, and he has emerald green rhinestone eyes. I just picked him up because he was so dang cute. I've mentioned this before, that brooches aren't typically a super fast seller for me, although there has been talk that they are trending, and people, you know, are showing them being worn on Instagram and things like that. I can't say that that has increased my brooch sales really, but I just hate to pass them up when they're so cute at sales and they're affordable. I just list them, and inevitably someone comes along and falls in love with a piece and picks them up. This ended up selling for $23, and I paid about $3 for it, so that made my profit $15.40. I think that is great. For my jewelry, I either use the padded flat rate envelope or the small flat rate box. Kind of depends on the item, how delicate I think it is, how I package it before I put it in to the box or padded envelope. I get a lot of questions about what I ship my jewelry in. So I like to mention that over and over again. Okay, the next item that sold is this really sweet, pretty pair of vintage clip-on earrings. They're kind of a peachy pink color. They're kind of heart-shaped. Again, I don't pick up a ton of clip-on earrings because they're not a super quick seller for me, but oftentimes when I buy like a larger lot of vintage jewelry, there is always clip-on earrings and brooches in there. So I still list them. These ended up selling for $15, not a really super high price. I think these also had discounted shipping. I paid less than $1 for these because I got them in a big lot of jewelry. So that made my profit $8.98. You know, not a giant profit, but as I always say, every little bit counts. And I have not had luck selling jewelry at a yard sales. I probably would have not been able to sell these, or only got $1 for them. So making almost $9 profit, I think is great. Okay. I am so excited to share that Chairish sale with you guys. I just can't stop thinking about it. It is a really good one. Okay, the next item that sold is this cool brown leather belt, but it has this little pocket attached to it. It's not very big, but maybe you could fit your AirPods or like a folded up dollar bill or some coins or something in it. I picked this up just for the style, but it is by Clifford Willis. It ended up selling for $25. I sold this and one other belt this weekend, which I'm happy about because my belt sales had kind of slowed down and I have a ton of belts to sell. I paid about $3 for this. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $17. That is right in line with what I look to profit on belts, and I usually try and keep my buy-in price in the $3 range, so $1 to $5. For my wider belts, I use the box number 1096L. It's a little bit larger than the small flat rate box, and it works perfectly for these little bit wider belts. For like a skinny or a thin belt, then I'll use the small flat rate box. Okay, the next sale was a bundle sale, and I think it sold to one of you. So thank you so much, Nicole, for supporting my small business and shopping with me. It just means so much to me. She got a bundle, I don't remember, I think 5 items, and the bundle sold for $190. The first couple of items are jewelry. And she picked up this necklace. I absolutely love this necklace. It has this beautiful pendant, and the stone is, I think it's pronounced ametrine. It is a naturally occurring mix between amethyst and citrine. So if you can see that, it's purple on the top, and then it has that pretty golden yellow color on the bottom of citrine. And it has a really pretty cut to it too. She made me an offer on the bundle, and I think it was somewhere between 25 and 30% off my original asking price. Because she was buying so many items, I thought that was perfectly reasonable. A few of the items I had also had for quite some time, so I was happy to, you know, move them out. I think I'd had this necklace listed for quite a while. The next item is this really cute vintage brooch, owl brooch. He has a pearl belly. Isn't he cute? Another, you know, brooch that, how do you pass that up? He's just so cute. So I had this listed a really long time, over 2 years. So again, I was really excited to move that along, and especially to one of you guys. I'm using another one of the little baggies that I got out of a free pile at a yard sale. Okay, the next item was another belt, and it's this black leather belt, has this cool kind of link design to it. I am going to package this together with this other item, which is a really pretty plaid cashmere scarf. Let's see, this has a little bit of lint on it, I think. So there it is. I think this is Charter Club, maybe? Yes, it is. And it is marked 100% cashmere. I don't always pick up, let's see, this, I need to lint roll this. I don't always pick up scarves, but if I find a cashmere or a nice silk scarf for an affordable price, then I will pick it up. And typically these seem to sell in bundles, which I think is great. I love a really nice cashmere, you know, classic cashmere scarf like this. In the winter, it dresses up your coat or your blazer, and cashmere is so warm. It's said to be warmer than wool. Okay, let me try not to fumble too much with all this stuff. I think she picked some really great items, nice quality pieces, and I think she got a really great deal for all of them. But I still made a nice profit. I spent about $18 on everything in the bundle. So I try and keep my cost of goods low, as I've mentioned before. Okay, and then the last item in her bundle was this really cool Givenchy tote bag. And this, I believe, was like from the beauty or perfume line. Sometimes they sell these, sometimes they are gifts with purchase, but it's really a nice quality. Let's see, can you see that logo there? There we go. It's really a nice quality, pretty heavy duty bag. It did have some scuffs and little marks on it. Let's see. Yes, this does have a tag on the inside that says Givenchy perfumes. But when I saw it, I got this at the Goodwill. When I saw it at the Goodwill, I did check comps, and there were some decent comps for this exact bag. I have had this listed quite a while, probably close to a year or over a year. But like I said, this is a nice quality bag. You could use it for work or travel, maybe even school. So, like I said, the total price for this bundle was $190. My total cost of goods was about $18. So that made my profit $134. Thank you again so very much. I always appreciate it when you guys shop with me and treat yourself to some fun things. Of course, I know that this economy is pretty difficult for all of us, so I by no means have any expectations of you guys purchasing from me, only if you want to and you have the extra funds. So this is pretty large, so I'm probably going to have to do a Frankenbox to fit it all in there together. I might not have to, but what I mean by a Frankenbox is that this is the large box number 7, and I will take another large box number 7. Let's see, can you see that? And I'll just nestle it down over the top like that, and then you tape up the edges, and it's a pretty easy way to make a larger box. Okay, the next item that sold is this Michael Kors tote bag, and it is in the Saffiano leather. It does have a long strap with it. Now, this, when you just glance at it, it looks like it's in pretty good condition, and it is in pretty good condition, but it did have some kind of wear and scuff marks and then dirty marks on the inside. So I listed a little bit lower, and I got this offer for $39, which I went ahead and accepted. Michael Kors, a lot of his stuff just does not sell very well for me, or for very high prices. I think it's because a lot of his pieces can be purchased at like Ross and TJ Maxx now. So it has kind of brought the resale value down on it. So I will only pick up his pieces if they are very affordable, or if they feel like, he does have different lines that are nicer quality and higher, you know, he has some things that are really expensive retail. This I got at a fill the bag sale, so I paid less than $1 for it. That's why I picked it up. So that made my profit $30.20. Even pricing it lower, it took a little while to sell. I think I've had this listed for more than 6 months. So for the $39, I was totally happy with that, and happy to move it along to someone who will enjoy it. I might have to make a Franken box for that one too. Did I say my profit was $30.20? Okay, another bag sale, and this is a pretty cool vintage kind of safari looking duffel bag, and it has leather handles. Kind of could be, you know, a men's travel bag, unisex, really cool piece. It does have marks on it and some distressing to the leather, but overall good condition. It ended up selling for $50. This did not have a brand name on it, but I found an advertisement for this piece that looked identical to it, that was Banana Republic, and it was a, I'm going to package that up off camera. It was a collectible piece. So I put that ad in the listing and said that it didn't have a label, but that, you know, that's what it looked like. So it sold for $50. Like I said, I paid $4 for it. So that made my profit $36. I'm pretty happy with that, especially, you know, because it did have some wear and marks. Okay, so let me get the two things that sold. So this is the super exciting thing. A set of 4 of these glasses, they're Ralph Lauren. They sold for $497. I got an offer for $481, and I had a $16 packaging fee. Is that right? I can't remember the exact numbers, but the total amount was $497. For some reason, this particular pattern is very desirable and brings really high prices. It has like a plaid pattern on it. Oh my goodness, you guys. When I found these at the Goodwill, and I did have it on film, and I have a video showing that I picked these up. I could not believe it. I passed them up a couple of times because they're clear glass, and a lot of times clear glass doesn't sell very well. But I had found some other high-end brand crystal pieces that day. So then I started looking at all of the glasses, and I think I did Google image search for these and found that this pattern sold for really high dollar amounts. I cannot believe it. Here is the kicker. I paid 99 cents a piece for these for a total of $4. I just can't believe it. That video was uploaded about 5 months ago. So I've had these listed for about 5 months. I think I started out my listing price at $549, and I had recently reduced it to $5.29 or $4.99 or something, and then I got this offer and I said, yes, I will take it. So Chairish charges a 22% seller's fee. So that made my profit $387.18. I am so thrilled. I cannot even believe it. And for those of you who watch my videos every week, the same day that I bought these, I got that leather wingback chair that I already sold for over $1,000. So that means I don't even know what else I've sold from that thrift trip, but that means that I've profited over $1,500, I think, from that one day at the Goodwill. Can you believe that? And none of it was clothing. So be sure that you are learning about different categories, looking at different things at the Goodwill. If you see something that looks like nice quality, you can try using Google Lens to look it up to see if there's other similar things listed, or looking up the brand, because sometimes these things that get overlooked can be very, very valuable. I'm so excited about that. I'm going to get those packaged up and shipped out. The next item that sold is a set of 2 more clear glasses. So maybe I'm going to need to rethink that. But these are Linux. I picked these up just because I really liked the look of them. They're very heavy. And when I looked up comps for these, it looked like this was a popular pattern or style. And I thought that someone might need replacements, or they might want to make their set bigger. That's why I picked up 2. Typically, I only like to pick up sets of 4 unless it's a really desirable piece. Again, something I may rethink. These ended up selling for $89 plus a $5 packaging fee, so a total of $94 for 2 glasses. I believe I paid $3 a piece for these, so a total of $6. So that made my profit $68.42. Not quite the home run of the Ralph Lauren ones, but still a really great sale. So this time of year during 4th quarter is typically when I do really well on Chairish, particularly with barware and decorative items. People are having guests over and parties for the holidays, and oftentimes they'll order new barware, or they'll want to spruce up the look of their home with new home decor. And so make sure to get all your home decor items and barware listed wherever you sell. If it's on Poshmark or eBay or Chairish, I just get it listed. I think it's a good time of year to sell it. What do you guys think? What a weekend. I am thrilled. So keep watching. I'm sure I will have some more exciting things to share with you. As always, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my videos. That way you won't miss any of my future uploads. Also, if you could give this video a thumbs up and comment down below, those things really help me out. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hey friends, it is Wednesday, and unfortunately my selling streak kind of came to an abrupt halt. I have had no sales on Poshmark in the last 2 days, but I did have one sale on Chairish, and that sale was this really cute vintage trinket change dish with a horse on it. This is solid brass. It's very heavy. I just thought this was really a unique piece. As you can see, it does have some marks and patina, tarnish maybe, but it's still sold for $84 plus a $3 packaging fee for a total of $87. I am absolutely thrilled with that. I paid $6 for this. So that made my profit $62.52. I did forget to get anything out. I'm going to add bubble wrap to this too, but first I'll go ahead and wrap it in paper. So as I said, it is October 2nd, and I am sure that by now you guys have all heard about the change to Poshmark's fee structure, which starts on October 3rd, tomorrow. Honestly, I'm pretty disappointed and upset. That is my initial reaction, as I'm sure it may be to a lot of people. I'm concerned that this will deter buyers from completing purchases, especially on lower dollar items. I encourage you to not make any rash decisions. It doesn't mean that Poshmark is over. It doesn't mean that we won't have sales anymore. Things may change. I don't know. If we had a crystal ball, you know, we shall see. Sometimes change is difficult. Change is always difficult for me. I will be the first to admit it. So this is really scary for me. But change isn't always bad just because it's different. And so we just have to, you know, take some time to see what happens. I think that I'm going to add a clip to last week's video too, talking about this. So sorry for the repeat. Hopefully my sales pick up the rest of the week. I am really glad I had that great weekend. Don't go anywhere. This video will continue with what else I sell this week. Hey again, it's Friday. The good news is I've had some sales since the fee changes on Poshmark. So buyers are still buying even with that fee that they have to pay on top of the purchase price. So the first item that sold is this vintage medallion necklace. And this is just a fun, chunky statement piece. I don't know if these two were originally meant to go together or if someone put this pendant on this chunky chain. I just thought it was a cool, interesting piece, so I picked it up. It ended up selling for $50, which I think is pretty great for, you know, the condition of it and the age. I did have it priced, I think, at maybe at $79 to start out with, and I changed my offer to likers to 20% is what my Posher VA will automatically send a buyer when they like one of my items. I do not have discounted shipping on there because Poshmark is offering $5.95 shipping for Posh ambassadors right now. So this sold for $50. I paid $5 for it. That made my profit $38.35, which is more than what it would have been with the previous fee structure. Before, I would have only earned, my earnings would have been $40 as opposed to $43.35. So I profited $3.35 more on this piece than I normally would have. So that's a good thing. And I think that's a great sales price for that piece. The next item, let's see, I meant to kind of dust this off and I got distracted. So let me do that real quick here. The next item is this cute little butterfly, vintage butterfly brooch. Has some little different colored rhinestones on there. This sold for $17. I paid about $1 for this, so that made my profit $12.54. On this piece, I actually profited, or my earnings were 6 cents less than they would have been with the previous fee structure. But again, I'm just going to be happy that buyers are still buying because that was my initial concern. The next item that sold is this cute vintage sterling silver and marcasite brooch. This did have a couple of missing stones. Otherwise, I would have listed it for more and it would have sold for more. 1 or 2 missing stones. I can't remember exactly how many. It sold for $17. Both of the brooches someone liked and got my 20% off discount. I paid about $3 for this, so that made my profit $10.54. Okay, and the next item that sold is this Brighton leather belt. This sold before the fees changed. It sold for $15. I accepted a little bit lower offer on this belt because I do not do very well with Brighton belts, Brighton brand pieces in general don't retain their value very well for me. And kind of as I've mentioned, belts have slowed down a little bit for me. So I have been eager to accept reasonable offers on them. I paid about $3 for this, so that made my profit $9. It is Friday, so if I have more sales, I'll come back tomorrow and ship those out. If not, I'll come back and still share my total sales for the week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for your kind comments and positive comments on last week's video. Reading those really helped kind of make me feel better, boost me up, because like I said, I've been frustrated, kind of down in the dumps about this change, as I'm sure a lot of you have been. And, you know, hopefully we can just continue to be there for each other and share our knowledge and help each other have more successful businesses. Okay, I'll be back in just a bit. Hey again, I didn't end up having any more sales between Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon. So my total sales for the week were $1,187. My total cost of goods was $63, and my total profit after fees, cost of goods, and any shipping discounts was $879.53. I sold a total of 15 items, which made my average sale price $79.13. It made my average cost of goods $4.20, and it made my average profit $58.64. I hope that, you know, what I'm saying is helpful, and I don't want any of you guys to be discouraged. I honestly almost feel, I don't know, maybe a little guilty for sharing my sales, because if some of you guys aren't having any sales, which quite a few of you have commented on my videos and on Poshmark and said you're not having any sales, that just is upsetting and sad to me. Like, I want you guys to be successful. That's the whole reason that I have this channel, and the whole reason that I sell I share the type of items that I sell and how much I sell them for, to try and help you guys be more successful and make more money and look for different types of items. So please know that I'm never doing this to brag, and I hope it never comes across that way. Thank you all so very, very much for watching. I'll see you guys all again next week. Thanks again for watching. Millie, can you bow? Bow. Millie, can you bow? Good girl. T-Bird is here with me in the bathroom, and she is helping me get ready. If I am out of eye shot certain times of the day, she will just scream and scream and scream. So I've decided to, oh, that was a happy scream. I've decided to start bringing her in here with me while I'm getting ready so she can watch. And it seems to keep her calm and make her happy and not throw temper tantrums. So usually, I think she knows she's on camera. Usually she's walking back and forth on top of this and chitter chattering and doing all sorts of funny things, but she's maybe being a little camera shy today. So thank you guys so much for watching this week's video, and I'll see you all next week.